Hey, it's Steve Shikatans. It's it's about June 10th of 2020. I might be wrong on the date there. But anyway, now June 11th. Okay, so it's June 11th. This one is titled Wake Up. And if you're curious on that title, it's probably not what you think it is. First of all, I'm going to talk about excuses. So, have you ever had an excuse in your life and you just thought to yourself, I didn't do that thing because I'm not smart enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not short enough, I'm not, I have too much hair, I don't have enough hair. I mean, all those things are excuses. I'm not educated enough, I'm from the wrong family, I'm from the north, I'm from the south. I mean, just go on and use that for an excuse of why you're not where you could be at your life, where you're not succeeding in your life. And I guess there's going to be two. So wake up is like, this is kind of a wake up call in a sense, but really what I'm going to talk about has nothing to do with that. But that this part does. Are you making excuses? Are you taking whatever it is and saying, I can't do my goals, I can't achieve this in my life because of this, because I had a bad upbringing, because heck, it might be because I was given everything. I had too good of a childhood. Most of us probably wouldn't agree with that, but there's people maybe that could use that excuse for not to do something with their life. And you could use it hurts too much excuse. I mean, I'd probably use that for a while. It's like my back hurt too much. I can't do this. I hurt my back. I mean, that's life. Everybody goes through this stuff. So anyways, I'm going to talk to you about a story. Now I'm going to really get into what I'm talking about, but it does have to do with this because this has everything to do with using excuses not to go anywhere. Like I heard somebody say that knowledge is power, but it's only potential power because you've got to put knowledge into action. We all know what we're supposed to do. I know I'm supposed to get up and do 1,000 push-ups today. And I was supposed to do that. Now, I have that knowledge, but if I don't actually get down on the floor and you can't pay somebody to do your push-ups. I love that saying. But but if you don't get up, if you don't get yourself up and start doing them, then that knowledge isn't for anything. So anyways, I'm going to talk to you about, first of all, I'm going to tell a story. Alan Watts told this story. It's about a life and metaphor. So life is kind of like a boat or a ship going up the river at about 40 knots. And metaphorically, you're standing in the back of the boat or on the stern, and you're looking down, and there's some questions you're going to ask yourself. You're looking down into the wake. So the wake that the boat is producing. So you're in the back of the boat and you're looking down. And so there's some questions. And so the first question is, what is the wake? And so the answer is, it's the trail that's left behind. And it's nothing more than that. It's just the trail left behind. So your life's going up the river, and here's this trail left behind. You're looking down into it, and you're asking yourself, what is this? And it is the trail that's left behind. So the number two question then is, what's driving the boat? And so the answer to that is that it's the present energy of the engine that's driving the boat. So you could say that in this metaphorically, that our life is being driven by the present moment thoughts, or the thoughts that we have presently in our life, and that is what's driving the boat. And then the third question is this is the one that really you got to think about, and this is where the excuses come in, and so is it possible for the wake to drive the boat? And the answer to that question is no. Can a trail left behind drive the boat? And it's no. So we all have this wake in our life. We have this trail that's left behind. And when you look at that and you say to yourself, I can any of this, so basically that's the trail left behind is kind of like the past, but is the past is dictated by where the boat is going. Can the boat be driven by the past? Can it? It really can't. I mean, your present thoughts really control the direction of this ship or this boat that's your life. So this is a really good thing. So it's easy just to make excuses and say, well, my past, the stuff that happened to me, I had a guy working for me, and his favorite saying was, when you get to be my age, and again, that's just an excuse. And he was older than me, and I'm like, I've never used that as an excuse. When you get to be my age, you can, I'll turn it around, because his deal was, when you get to be my age, oh, you're going to be in so much pain, and it's going to be a terrible life when you get to be my age, and then, everything hurts and everything. But my turnaround is, when you get to be my age, you get to have peace of mind. You get to set a goal and actually have the satisfaction of achieving it on a daily basis. When you get to be my age, you get a chance to, and this could be any age. You don't have to say, I'm 54 years old. I'm doing 1,000 push-ups a day. I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying that to inspire you, that if you're 24 years old, you can do this. I personally at 24 wasn't doing that. I could probably do some other stuff. For example, at 24 years old, I could jump out of the back of a truck. I could have the tailgate down and just jump right out of there. Today, I can do it probably, but I'd probably be limping all day. At 24, I could jump out and I'd fine. I remember one time I was about that age, and I was up on top of a roof, and it was kind of snowy, and I slipped off the roof, and I started sliding down the roof. And it started, gravity has a weird thing where once you get started, and I guess this could be something for life too, but once I got started sliding down that roof, momentum started picking up, and I was trying everything I could to stop. I'm reaching and trying to get everything, and I started realizing about halfway down that roof, and it was a pretty long roof. It was probably 40 feet long or so from, it was a steep one, and I'm sliding, and I'm like, I'm not going to stop, and I'm going off this roof. There's no way, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm probably doing, when you're on a roof and you're sliding, if you're going like 5 or 6 miles an hour. That's fast. Everything is in perspective. When I'm in a car and I'm going 80, that's slow sometimes. But on a roof, when you're sliding down and you're potentially going to go off the roof, that's very fast. And I realized there's no way I was going to stop. So I thought, well, I'm going off this roof. And it's funny how things happen. It's like everything speeds up a little bit. Your thinking totally speeds up. And a memory flashed into my mind of a friend I had. His dad was in the Korean War, and he was taken as a prisoner of war in one of those trucks. And they were driving. His story was he was driving down the road, and they decided, him and a couple other guys decided they're not going to be taken prisoner, and they're going to jump out. They're just going to dive out of the moving truck, and it's doing like 40 miles an hour. And he said that he jumped out of that truck, and when he jumped out, he just hit and roll. So I think they teach that in parachute school, where you hit and roll. And so that came to my mind, as I'm sliding down this roof ready to go off. And so as soon as I came off the roof, I just hit and rolled. But my point of that is, I guess I have a little more wisdom today about, like, I used to be able to, at that point, and I actually, to end the story, I was able to get up, and I had a couple bruises, but I was fine because I kind of rolled the momentum out on the ground. Luckily, there wasn't somebody down there or something, or a mailbox or something I hit into. I just hit the pavement and hit and rolled, and I was fine. I got up, and boy, my adrenaline was running. But anyway, my point of that is that you're going to be able to, as you get, I love being older because I have the wisdom, and I guess over time I've been able to, set a goal like 1,000 push-ups a day, and it's not, one of the things I've realized in life is that when you set a goal and you make that outcome, if you get there, what's next? And so for me, it's a daily thing. It's like, man, every day I'm going to do this. I'm going to make somebody's day today. I'm going to be nice to somebody. You know, I'm going to help someone that needs some help, and do that as a habit on a daily basis. And what's interesting about that story is that you cannot change. You cannot change. The weight can't change. The weight, you can't use that to change anything. It's only a record of what's happened, and you can look back, and it's good to look back sometimes, but then to realize that my life is going in the direction that my thoughts go, and I have control over that. I can totally control it. And so it's not making excuses. It's not letting myself go to that place where it's just a big excuse, and I'm not gonna do those things that I want to do in my life because of my past. So don't let the past define your future. And I'm here to tell you that it's all worth it. I'm having an exciting life. A big part of it is, really looking at myself and saying to myself, what am I doing with myself? What do I do? What's my, a big change in my life over the past year, maybe 2 years, is my morning routine. And I heard about this thing called stacking, where you take a habit. So I'm in the habit. I get up every morning and I want to do these videos. I do my workout. First thing I do is do my workout. And then I make some coffee, do my workout, get my workout going. It takes about an hour. And then I listen to positive stuff. I listen to things while I'm working out. And a lot of times, like today, I listened to a video that was 10 minutes long, but I listened to it over and over and over, and I've heard it, I heard it like 10 times, 10 or 15 times already this morning, because it's interesting that, for me, I've just heard somebody said there's two ways of learning. There's repetition learning, was hearing it over and over and over again. And that's how most of us learn. That's how I'd certainly learn. But the other way to learn is what we call instant shock learning. And that's where you put your hand on the hot stove and pull it back, and, I'll never do that again. You don't have to get repetition, Now, I could probably learn that by if somebody told me over and over, if the stove's hot, don't touch it. If the stove's hot, don't touch it. If the stove's hot, don't touch it. But, sometimes you learn a lot faster in that instant shock learning. But anyway, so I want to learn. I'm the one that wants to. I want to learn by repetition most of the time. I don't want to have a instant shock learning all the time. Although sometimes there is some helpful, things that happen. But over and over. So I'll listen to that in the morning, and then I will then, as I'm working out, I'll think of what I want to talk about on this video. And so this is the one, hearing this story about the wake. So that's the reason for the wake up. So it's kind of a wake up call, but it's really about the wake of your life. Look back. You're not going to be able to use that to direct the boat. So you're basically, it's really a great story, because if you think about it, your thoughts really do control your future. And so if you have total control, you might not have, there's a lot of stuff in your life that you don't have control over, but the one thing you have 100% complete control over is the way you think. And God gave us that as a gift. He said, here you go. You've got this mind and the way you think about things and your perspective and your outlook and this imagination. And you know what? You're going to have complete control over it. I mean, that is an incredible gift, and it's something to be grateful for. So I want to tell you right now, think about this stuff. Be super grateful. You put that at the top of your list. God, I am grateful for your gift that you gave me, for my ability to think and to direct my own thoughts and the way I can see things. And it's totally up to me, and I've got 100% control over that. Thank you. I am so happy and grateful now that you have given me that. Say your affirmations. Be happy. Smile at somebody today. Be somebody's bright spot. I heard somebody say one time, when a person enters the room, some people, they light up the room, and some people, the room lights up when they leave. So don't be that second person. Be the one that lights up the room when you enter the room. Be happy. Love people. And I love you, and I'll keep making these. I was on vacation for a few days, kind of a vacation. I was out of town. I'll put it that way. And I didn't make these while I was gone. I'm sure glad to be back making them again. So it's June 11th, 2020. I know I said 10. That was yesterday. But you have a great day. Think about this stuff. I hope I inspired you today. Read the books. Make your affirmations. Love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.